Hello students, welcome to SB Maths class. Today we will discuss about the statistics chapter of class 10 CBSE. So in the statistics actually you have learned about the ungrouped data part of the statistics, the central tendencies of ungrouped data, that is the mean, median, mode in class 9. Now let us do the grouped data part of that central tendency, that is finding the group data, that is the tabular format actually, and also the class intervals will be there. So we have to find the central tendency of the group data in this class. So let us start. For the group data actually we have to find the mean, median, mode. So for finding mean, three formats are there. One is the straight way, number one the straight method or the direct method, you can say the direct method. Number two the assumed mean method, and number three the step deviation method. You can do in any method within those three methods. Direct method actually the formula is very much easy for the direct method. All those formula are very much easy. You have to memorize the formulae and also you have to apply those. But in direct method the formula is very much easy. That is the average formula, that whatever you have learned. Average means, in the lower classes you have learned, that is average means the sum of the all given numbers by the number, total number of numbers, actually total number of data what it is given. So that is the average. Here that is written in the mathematical formula way, that is the summation fi xi by summation fi. That is the here you know what are those, you know summation fi xi, there will be one table and there you have to find. F stands for the frequency and x stands for the mid value, and if it is the mid value is not given, mid value means actually you have to find the mid value for the class intervals. Whenever the class intervals will be given over there, you have to find the mid value, and if only the data are given over there, then no need to find the mid value, those are only the xi. So this is the direct method, the formula for the direct method. But here one problem is there, that is the for the large number of data or also the large values, if the frequencies are large or the mid values are coming large numbers, then in this method the calculation is very much tedious, very much laborsome, and also the time consuming. Big calculations will be there. So for just simplifying the calculation, assumed mean method is there. For assumed mean method, the formula will be changed to a plus summation fi di into by summation fi, this one. So here we are taking two terms, that is a means the assumed mean. That means within those mid values we have to take one mid value as the assumed mean, and then we have to apply the formula. Here also instead of xi, di is there. Di means xi minus a, that is the corresponding the mid values. You have to find all the xi minus a there, and then you have to do this method, apply the formula. And in step deviation method, quite similar to assuming method, just here a plus summation fi ui by summation fi into d, or you can say h. So this is the formula for step deviation method, formula for finding the mean in step deviation method. here ui means xi minus a by h. H stands for the class interval. Class interval. So H means upper class boundary minus lower class boundary. I will say you what are those terminologies, where it is being formed. I will show you all. So upper class boundary minus lower class boundary. So this is the formula only. Personally, I will suggest you to apply the step deviation method. Here the formula is little bit longer, but and also the table what will be formed there, that will be also somehow longer table will be there. 2 or 3 columns will be more than the straight method or direct method. But also here the calculations will be very much easy. Whatever the time consuming process or tedious process will be there at the direct method, the long calculations will be there. But also another thing, you have to keep in mind some things here in the step deviation method. Within those 3 methods, step deviation method is more scientific, I say. If you have any doubts or if you are less confident for doing this step deviation method, then you can apply the direct method, no problem. Okay. So let us solve one problem with the those formula. Actually, I will use step deviation method here because this is more scientific, and also in the higher mathematics this will be used, not those methods. In education, that is the stream education, you will find the assume mean method, and direct method is the simplest form there only. Somehow some errors can be also there, but here the error will be minimum. Error means the deviation only, not the wrong answer. Okay, the answer will be more accurate, more near to in this method than that method. Okay, so let us do some one example with the step deviation method. So students, let us solve this example with the step deviation method. Actually here I will show you the total mean, median, mode, that is the all the central tendencies we will find here. Actually in your exam the question will be not like that. You will not need to find all the central tendencies. Either the mean or median or mode will be there, or the related sums, that is 2 frequencies will be missing over there and some data will be given and you have to find those missing frequencies. Like that the questions, the twisted questions can come here, from here also. So here this is the class interval. Here it is written number of letters and number of surnames. Suppose one survey was there, that is within those letters this number of surnames are there. Like that, leave it. So this is the class interval. This is the class interval. Here also one thing you have to notice, that is the class interval is continuous or discontinuous. Continuous means actually for each class, those are the classes. For each class, the lower half, the left hand, that is called the lower class boundary, and this half, this is called the upper class boundary. I am writing here, this is lower class boundary, this is upper class boundary. Now if the upper class boundary of the previous class is equal to the lower class boundary of the next class, then the data is called the continuous data. Otherwise it will be discontinuous. Suppose just for showing you, I am writing here 1 to 4, then 5 to 8, then 9 to 12, like that. If the data is given like that, then you cannot apply any method here. No, not at all the direct method also, because you have to make the data continuous at first. For making the data continuous, very important, For making the data continuous, you have to subtract 0.5 from the lower class boundary and add 0.5 at the upper class boundary. I repeat, you have to subtract 0.5 from the lower class boundary and you have to add 0.5 to the upper class boundary, so that the balance will be same, but also you will see it will be continuous. Let me show you. 1 minus 0.5, that means it will be 0.5 to here 4 plus 0.5, that is 4.5. Now 5 minus 0.5, it is coming 4.5, and here 8 plus 0.5, it is coming 8.5, and so on. So here the data is now the continuous data. So you have to convert this. Here already the data is given continuous, that's why we will not convert anything. But if it is given discontinuous format, then you have to convert it. So now number of surnames, that is number of surnames here, it is the frequency. I am writing here Fi. So class interval and Fi. The next column, those will be given to you. Here for the direct questions, that is you have to find the mean or median or mode. If you have to find like that, then this type of thing will be given over there. First is the class interval and second is the frequency. And for other questions, that like that only, but some missing terms will be there. I will show you the next example there. So now you have to find the mid value. Here I am writing this one as mid value. You will write only xi at your exam. So mid value, xi. Mid value means here I am writing the tips behind all of these. Mid value. Mid value means you have to find the upper class boundary plus lower class boundary by 2. The upper class boundary plus lower class boundary by 2. So here 1 plus 4, that is coming 2.5. Sorry, 1 plus 4 equals to 5 by 2. It is coming 2.5. 4 plus 7 by 2. 4 plus 7, it is coming 11. 11 by 2. So it is coming 5.5. And like that only. 5.5, then here 8.5, then here 11.5, then 14.5, then 17.5. Actually you have to see the class week. In previous part I have told you, that is D is the class interval. That was my mistake. D is not the class interval, D is class week. Class week means upper class boundary minus lower class boundary. How much it is long? The length of the interval, that is the class width. So here class width is 4 minus 1, that is 3, or 7 minus 4, it is 3, 10 minus 7, it is 3. All the class intervals are equal length. So here also it will be of equal distance. Here 2.5, then plus 3, 5.5 plus 3, 8.5 plus 3, 11.5, and so on. So how much will be the class width? So much difference will be here. So if you find the first one, then just add 3's here, you will find the result. No need to do in each and every step, that is upper class boundary plus lower class boundary by 2. No need to do that one. So the next step, UI. UI equals to xi minus a by d. Actually in your book you will see another column, that is xi minus a. UI equals to xi minus a. I am not finding here, directly you will find this one, no problem is there. So UI equals to xi minus a by d. Let me say what are those again. A means the assumed mean. How to take the assumed mean I will show you later. D is the class width. Here I am writing D is the class width, and here this is assumed mean. Okay. So A. Actually A means you have to take the middle portion. Middle portion means whenever the odd number of data are there, then you have to find, you can find the middle only. But if the even number of data are there, here how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Yes, it is the even. So for even, here 6 is there. So 6 by 2, it is coming 3. Actually, this is the shortcut process I am saying you. Here, just see 6 by 2, it is coming 3. So you have to take the third position, third row, what is there, that is as A. But if even odd number is there, suppose it is 7 by 2 or it is 5 by 2. 5 by 2. So obviously 5 by 2 it will not come an integer, it will come like that in decimal format, 2.5 or 3.5 like that. So 2.5 it is coming, you have to take the next integer position. I repeat, if even number of rows are there, then directly divide with 2, what is the number, that position, that row you will take as A, that mid value. But if odd number of data are there, odd number of rows are there, then just divide it by 2, that decimal form what is it will come, the next integer you have to take the assumed mean. So here this is the assumed mean for us. You have to circle it like that and then write equals to A. Let us find UI here. UI means here xi minus A by D. Only one calculation we will do and all other will come in symmetry. So UI xi minus A, xi is xi are those, A is this one. So 2.5 minus 8.5, it is coming 6. 2.5 minus 6. 2.5 minus 8.5, it will come minus 6. Minus 6 by D means class width. Okay, I am writing here the next one is D. D equals to upper class boundary minus lower class boundary. So here 4 minus 1 equals to 3. Showing the calculation here just for this one, and after that we will write the in the symmetry process. I am showing you. So xi minus A, xi is 8.5. 2.5 minus 8.5 by D. D means here 3. So here it is coming minus 6 by 3. So it is coming minus 2. You have to do the first calculation like that. After that the symmetry will come. It is minus 2, then minus 1, then 0, then 1, then 2, then 3. Definitely it will come for the continuous class intervals. Okay. So I am erasing now this one. I think you have got it because I have to write other columns here. That's why I am erasing this one. So it was minus 2. Okay. Now the next column I am erasing those also. Now the next column Fi, Ui, that is here those are Fi and those are Ui, you have to just multiply those. So 6 into minus 2 it is minus 12, minus 30 it will come 0, it is coming 16, 8 and it is coming 12. And the last one of the columns, this is the last one. So only 2 columns will be more than the direct method. And also you will see the calculation will be easier. If you will try to do this in the direct method, you will see the calculation will be much more long. Okay. So here FIUI and the last one you have to find the cumulative frequency. If you have to find only the mean, no need to find the cumulative frequency. CF stands for cumulative frequency. And here also we will do the less than type. Cumulative frequency less than type. If you have to find the median, then only the cumulative frequency is required. Otherwise, it is not required for mean and mode. Okay. So, let us do this one because we will find all of these mean, median, mode. That's why I am doing here. So, CF, how to find the cumulative frequency? First, you have to put whatever the first frequency at here. 6. Then corner wise addition. 6 plus 30, it is coming 36. 36 plus 40, it is coming 76. Then 76 plus 16, it is coming 92. 92 plus 4, it is coming 96. And 96 plus 4, it is coming 100. I think you have got it. First one will be here, then corner wise you have to add. And other two words you have to do here, you have to add those frequencies. Here also, this is 36, 76, 76, 92, 92 and 4, 96 and 100. And this is coming summation Fi. You can write it is summation Fi or N. Both you can write. And also one thing you have to keep in mind, that is this 100 and this will be equal. If those are not coming equal, then you are doing the mistake. That is the condition. That is those should be equal, because we are adding there only corner wise and here adding straight way. So those will be equal. Okay. And another one, you have to add the summation Fi Ui. So here the plus position, it is 24, 36 it is coming, and here it is coming minus 42. So all over it will come minus 6. Okay, so we have done the part of the table. The table is completed. Again I am saying, if you have to find only the mean, no need to do this cumulative frequency. If you have to find the mode also, no need to do this. If you have to find the median, then only you will do the cumulative frequency. Now we will do the calculations. Let us find the mean. Mean equals to A plus summation Fi xi, sorry here Ui, summation Fi Ui by summation Fi into H. A means here 8.5 plus summation Fi Ui, this one minus 6 by summation Fi, it is 100 into H means here it is coming 3. H is the class width. So let us do this calculation here. So let us do the calculation here. I am not showing you the calculation. Actually it will come 8.32. I have solved this and this result has came. Now median. Listen attentively. Very easy process, but also you have to keep in mind lots of things. Median. Median. For finding the median, you have to first find the median class. Actually, first of all, let me write down the formula for finding the median. L plus n by 2 minus Cf. I am writing this above. Why I am writing, I will say you. N by 2 minus Cf by F into H. This is the formula for finding the median. L plus n by 2 minus Cf above by F into H, where L means the lower class boundary of the median class. I will not write here, just listen. L is the lower class boundary of the median class. N is the total frequency. F is the frequency of the median class. Cf above, that is the cumulative frequency of the above class, that is the class, what is the median class, we have to take the upper one. And H you know, that is the class width. So first of all we have to find the median class. Which one is the median class? So for that one, the n will help you. N by 2 it is coming 50, that is 100 by 2 it is coming 50. Now see the cumulative frequency. Actually, what's the meaning of cumulative frequency, or what's the significance now it is coming? Cumulative frequency means here in this row the number of data in this row is 6. from 7 to number 35. So here in this row 7 to 35 this number of data are there. From 37 to 76 in this row those are here. From 77 to 92, then 93 to 96 and then 97 to 100. Those data are there. That is, those are the serial numbers of the data. If you just arrange in the ascending order, then those are the serial numbers. Okay. So now 50. 50 is falling here because in this row from 37 to 76 those data are there. 58th, actually 58th term where it is falling we have to see. So 50th term is falling here. So this is the median class. You have to give an arrow here, then you have to write the median class. You have to do those in your exam, otherwise the examiner will not check that which one is the median class. Then and there some deduction of the marks can be there. So you have to point out that is this is the median class. So let us now put the values. L is the lower class boundary of the median class, that means 7 plus n by 2 50 we have got minus CF above. I have told you that is what is the median class, the above CF we will take. So it is 36 by F. F means the frequency of the median class. So it is coming 40 into H. H is 3. So let us do this calculation. I am not showing here for the less time, shortage of time. So it is coming 8.05. One thing you have to keep in mind, that is the mean, median and mode, those will come much more closer. That is the values will come nearest to each other. Okay, so here 0.05, here 0.32. So those are much more closer. Now mode. For mode, finding the mode, two formulae are there. One is 3 into median minus 2 into mean. I am writing here 3 into median minus 2 into mean. But this formula will be applied whenever you have the values of median and mean. Otherwise you cannot find anything. You have to find all of these median and mean and median, then you can find the mode. If the question is there, if this question is given over there and you have to find the mode there. Unnecessarily you have to find the mean and median, because mode has only one dedicated formula. I am writing the formula here. L plus, L means the lower class boundary of the modal class. How to find the modal class I will say you later. L plus F0 minus F minus 1 by 2F0 minus F minus 1 minus F1 into H. A long formula, and also I guarantee that you are getting scared of this formula, isn't it? Don't be scared. Actually very easy. The formula is looking like that. Very easy. I am making you understand. What is this one? L means the lower class boundary of the modal class. How to find the modal class I am saying. F0 means the frequency of the modal class. F minus 1, the upper class, the frequency of the upper class of the modal class. F1, the frequency of the lower class of the modal class. So F0 is the frequency of the modal class, F minus 1 is the upper frequency of the upper class, F1 is the frequency of the lower class, and H you know, that is the class width. Very easy, I am showing you. Modal class means actually the highest frequency class. Which class have the highest frequency, that will be the modal class. From here I am seeing here 40 is the highest frequency. So this only will be the modal class. Actually In most of the cases you will see that is in your exam papers also you will see, I have seen that is median and median class and modal class are same. Some exceptions are there obviously, but also those are coming same. But don't write that is this is the median, so this will obviously the modal class, not like that. You have to check. So this is the highest frequency class, so this is the modal class now. So now L is the lower class boundary of the modal class, so 7 plus F0 is the frequency of the modal class, so it is 40 minus F minus 1 the frequency of the upper class, so it is coming 30 by 2 F0 means 2 into 40, so it is coming 80. F minus 1 this one, so 30 minus F1 means the frequency of the lower class, so it is coming 16 into H means it is coming 3. So let us do this calculation. 7.88. So mean was 8.32, median was 8.05 and mode is 7.88. So those values are much more closer to each other. Okay. And another formula, this formula 3 into median minus 2 into mean, because we have the data of mean and median. So let us see what is coming. And one unexpected thing is coming here. It is a suspense. Okay. Let us see. Median 3 into median minus, so 3 into 8.05 minus 2 into mean. 2 into mean means 8.32. If you calculate this one, actually I have calculated previously. If you calculate this one, it is coming 7.51. So just see the value differs here. This is also the straightaway formula. This is also another formula with the help of median and mean. But also those values are so much near. But also some difference is there. 0.337. It is the difference. And it is not actually in higher mathematics. Those are called the errors. So the error is coming, not exactly this or exactly this is coming in both the cases. So that's why I am saying from the very first, that is the step deviation method, and also this formula is much more scientific. Okay. If you find this with this one, also in the exam you can do this one. Two cons I have told for this one. One is, if you have to find the mode only, then unnecessarily you have to find the median and mean for this formula, to apply this formula. And another is, with this formula the answer is coming less correct. For this also you will get the full marks in your exam. You will get the full marks, I guarantee, because for you those are not the concepts for class 10. But also my suggestion is to do this one. Now it's up to you what you will do. Okay, so we have found the mean, median and mode by the step deviation method. I am not showing you the direct method or the assuming method. You can follow your book and you can learn from there. The same thing, actually whatever we have done here, the same process, only 2 columns we have done here extra. Okay, so let us solve one example. What type often comes in exam. Let us do this example. Here just see some class intervals are given over there, and also actually those are the marks, the range of the marks 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30 and so on. And here number of students, that is 10 number of students have got the marks between 0 to 10. Here just see F1 and F2, those two missing frequencies are there, and you have to find those missing frequencies. Here also another 2 informations are given. One is the total frequency, that is summation Fi, that is given, that is 100, and another is median is given, that is 32. So let us find the F1 and F2. So for this, first of all, let us apply the first information here, that is summation Fi. Summation Fi equals to 10 plus F1 plus 25 plus 30 plus F2 plus 10 equals to 100. It is given. So from here we are getting f1 plus f2 equals to, so here it is 35, 65, 75, so it is coming 25. Number 1 equation. Okay, so let me erase this one once because we will do another thing. So here I am writing here summation fi equals. Okay, now we have to find here cumulative frequency less than time. Then 10 plus f1, then it is coming 25 plus 10 plus f1, so 35 plus f1, then 65 plus f1, and then 65 plus f1 plus f2, and then 75 plus f1 plus f2. Okay, so this is the cumulative frequency now. Now the information is given median, so we have to just apply that information to get about another equation of f1 and f2 to solve. So median, so for finding median we have to find the median class. What is the median class? Here 100 is n equals to 100, so n by 2 equals to 50. Now from this cumulative frequency table we have to find 50. Where it will be? So why I think here this will fall? Any proper explanation is there to me? Actually, what's the literal meaning of median? Median means the middle value. So here median is given 32. The median is given. So we have to check here in which range the 32 is coming. So definitely within 30 and 40, 32 is coming. So obviously this will be the median class. No any doubt should be there. So this is the median class. Now just see, I have written the formula for median here. So L means the lower class boundary of the median class. So it is coming 30 plus n by 2, you know it is 50, minus cumulative frequency of the less than upper class. So it is 35 plus f1 by f means here 30, the frequency, into h means here 30 minus 40 minus 30, it is coming 10. So let us solve this one given here, that is 32. So let us find this f1. Okay, so f1 will be coming 9. So whenever f1 is coming 9, so from the equation number 1 we will get f2 equals to 25 minus 9 equals to 16. So we have solved this type of question. Those are some processes actually that comes, and those are some questions that comes in your board exam. I have seen in 2015 or 2016 I have seen this question, and also other years that has came.